你莫非是要将我的肉身炼成傀儡？散开雷幕，饶你不死。丢此仙域法籍，问鼎后期。打破金岩矿脉事关天理圆满，此行要成，唯有借大量生仙果。
Where exactly did Tanlang go after being teleported into the Luotian star domain by the All-Seer and the others? Why did he somehow end up inside Wangyue's place of excretion? And what heaven-defying treasures did our pockmarked bro obtain from Lei Daozi, the Thunder Emissary? He's here. In the current anime storyline, Wang Lin, relying on his Yin Void Puppet and Thunder Beast, has already succeeded in defeating Lei Daozi. On the surface, Wang Lin claimed that he was going to plant a slave imprint inside Lei Daozi's body. In reality, that was nothing more than an excuse. His true intention was to refine Lei Daozi into a guardian puppet. And just like that, Lei Daozi, completely unaware of what was really happening, and clearly not very willing to accept his fate, was refined alive until nothing was left of him. So, this Lei Daozi, who had only just appeared and was already acting ridiculously arrogant, ended up receiving his lunchbox in the most confused way possible. Naturally, the storage bag he left behind became the property of our dear Wang Lin. Inside, it were 3 items that would play an extremely important role in Wang Lin's upcoming journey. The first was an incomplete low-grade immortal spell manual. Now don't underestimate it just because it was only a fragment. Once cultivated, this spell allowed one to draw heavenly thunder into the body. For ordinary cultivators, even if they knew the technique, their fleshly body and primordial spirit would not be able to withstand the terrifying power of heavenly thunder entering them. But ever since Wang Lin's primordial spirit transformed into the soul of an ancient thunder dragon, he was no longer afraid of heavenly thunder. Because of this, whenever Wang Lin encountered a thunder pool later on, he would simply jump in and absorb it like he was recharging himself. Even the heavenly Dao thunder he encountered after reaching the Yang realization realm was treated by him as a powerful tonic. The second treasure was a massive amount of immortal jade. The quantity of immortal jade inside this storage bag was several times greater than the total amount Wang Lin had, obtained back when he served as a bodyguard for the 3 great families on Ranyun planet, plus what he had tricked out of Gan Queezy. Wang Lin spent over a year refining only a small portion of it, yet it was already enough to push his cultivation all the way to the late ascendant stage. And the final item was the identity token of a Thunder Emissary. The moment Wang Lin saw it, he nearly laughed out loud. He couldn't help but say, could it be that I Wang truly have the potential to become a Thunder Emissary? After all, at this point, he had already gathered everything that symbolized the identity of a Thunder Immortal Emissary. The Thunder Beast, Thunder-type spells, and now the Thunder Immortal token. Even if the master of the Thunder Immortal Hall came personally, he probably wouldn't be able to remember when exactly he had appointed Wang Lin as one of his Thunder Immortal emissaries. Next, Wang Lin planned to head to xianxia planet and retrieve Wangyue's bone. However, the numbing fruits he had prepared were still far from enough. So, pretending to be a Thunder Immortal emissary, he first collected a portion of ascension fruits from the Qian and Huan families of Qianhuan. After that, holding the map he had obtained, he went around the major clans of the northern region of Luotian Star Domain and openly collected ascension fruits in the name of a Thunder Immortal emissary. In just a few short days, he gathered far more ascension fruits than he originally needed. It seemed Wang Lin had truly struck gold this time, but when the fully prepared Wang Lin returned to xianxia planet, he discovered that the sleeping Wangyue seemed to be showing signs of awakening. And at the place where he had once discovered the golden mineral vein, he unexpectedly saw Tanlang's precious immortal realm treasure. So what had happened? Ever since Tanlang was teleported into the Luotian star domain by the All-Seer and the others, he had initially gone through the motions of searching for Wang Lin. But after entering the northern region of Luotian, especially after discovering xianxia planet, his professional treasure hunter instincts immediately kicked in. That was because he sensed an extraordinary treasure hidden within the planet. Tanlang originally wanted to find the treasure and remove the imprint on it. That way he would no longer have to go through all the trouble of searching for that so-called Wang Lin. The timing of his arrival on xianxia planet happened to coincide perfectly with the moment Wang Lin had just left to challenge the Huan family alone, without knowing that this entire planet was actually transformed from Wangyue. Tanlang immediately took out that ancient god spine of his and struck down with it. But even someone with the best temper in the world would not be able to endure a blow like that. As a result, the moment Wangyue began to awaken, Tanlang's fate was sealed before he could even react. That terrifying ancient creature opened its colossal mouth and swallowed him whole in a single gulp. To Tanlang, it was as if the heavens and earth had collapsed around him. One breath earlier, he was still dreaming of seizing a priceless treasure. The next, he had already fallen into the depths of Wangyue's body, trapped in a dark, foul, and horrifying place of excretion. And this imprisonment was not brief. Tanlang was sealed there for more than 100 years. For an ordinary cultivator, being trapped in such a place would have been worse than death. There was no sunlight, no spiritual energy worth speaking of, and no path of escape. All around him was the oppressive aura of Wangyue, a monstrous existence so ancient and terrifying that even struggling felt meaningless. Yet, strangely enough, Tanlang did not die. The reason was not because he was powerful enough to resist Wangyue. It was not because he had some heaven-defying escape method either. The only reason he survived was because Wangyue sensed something familiar on him. That aura came from ancient god Tu Si. Tanlang had carried something connected to the ancient god, and to Wangyue, that aura was not hostile. Instead, it stirred a faint sense of familiarity, almost like an instinctive connection buried deep within its ancient bloodline. Because of that, Wangyue did not immediately crush him, digest him, or erase him from existence. It merely swallowed him, imprisoned him, and left him trapped within its body. For Tanlang, this was both a disaster and a strange stroke of luck. He had escaped death, but only by falling into a fate that was perhaps even more humiliating. A treasure hunter who once crossed star domains in search of fortune had now become a prisoner inside the excretion, grounds of an ancient beast. And while Tanlang suffered in that miserable place, Wang Lin was about to arrive. What awaited next would be far more dangerous than anything before, because Wang Lin's goal was not merely to explore Yunxia Star. He had come to seize Wangyue's bone, and to take a bone from a creature like Wangyue was no different from provoking a sleeping catastrophe. One wrong move, one slight miscalculation, and even Wang Lin could be swallowed by the same abyss that had trapped Tanlang for a century. Thus Wang Lin's next journey would become a deadly trial of courage, patience, and ruthless calculation, a thrilling battle against time before the terrifying Wangyue fully awakened. If you enjoy my way of explaining and storytelling, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really motivates me to keep creating.